I'm Mark Perriott in Newton, Iowa. Welcome to the West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the President announced a major new initiative on food security, hosted the G8 and NATO summits, gave the commencement address at Joplin High School and at the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, and traveled to Iowa to urge Congress to act on the to-do list that's May 18th to May 24th, or We Are Not Meant to Walk This Road Alone. On Friday, in anticipation of the start of the G8 summit, the President announced a major initiative to address hunger in Africa at the Symposium on Global Agriculture and Food Security.
When tens of thousands of children die from the agony of starvation, as in Somalia, that sends us a message we've still got a lot of work to do. It's unacceptable. It's an outrage. It's an affront to who we are.
Then, on only his third day in office, newly elected French President François Hollande arrived at the White House before the start of the G8 and NATO summits, where he sat down for discussions with the President in the Oval Office. Then it was on to the official welcome at Camp David for each of the leaders of the world's 8 largest economies. The 38th G8 summit at Camp David represents the largest single gathering of world leaders ever received at the bucolic presidential retreat, which was originally called Shangri-La and was built by the WPA. The world leaders expanded one of their working sessions to address their newly announced food security initiative, and at the end of the summit, the President spoke on the progress they made.
As all of the leaders here today agreed, growth and jobs must be our top priority.
That evening it was on to Chicago for the second 2-day summit of the week and the first NATO summit hosted by the United States outside of Washington, D.C. Then the summit officially kicked off with a greeting ceremony and a working session that began with a moving tribute to honoring the dedication and sacrifice of NATO forces deployed around the world. On Monday, the President participated in the International Security Assistance Force meeting on Afghanistan with the leaders of 60 nations.
This will not mark the end of Afghanistan's challenges, obviously, or our partnership with that important country. But we are making substantial progress against our core objective of defeating al-Qaeda and denying its safe haven while helping the Afghans to stand on their own. And we leave Chicago with a clear roadmap.
That evening, the President headed south and west to Joplin, Missouri, where he delivered the commencement address at Joplin High School's graduation. After devastating tornadoes ravaged the Joplin area nearly a year ago to the day, the Joplin community's resilience and selflessness in the face of tragedy has continued to inspire our nation.
So my deepest hope for all of you is that as you begin this new chapter in your life, you'll bring that spirit of Joplin to every place you travel, to everything you do. You can serve as a reminder that we're not meant to walk this road alone.
On Wednesday, the President traveled to Colorado Springs to give the commencement address at Falcon Stadium, where he saluted and shook the hand of every one of the 1,074 graduating Air Force cadets.
We know that the sovereignty of nations cannot strangle the liberty of individuals, and so we stand with the student in the street who demands a life of dignity and opportunity. We stand with women everywhere who deserve the same rights as men. We stand with the activists unbowed in their prison cells and the leaders in parliaments who's moving her country towards democracy.
Jeremiah, Luke, Jacob.
We stand with the dissident who seeks the freedom to say what he pleases.
Caitlin.
The entrepreneur who wants to start a business without paying a bribe. And all those who strive for justice and dignity. For they know, as we do, that history is on the side of freedom.
On Thursday, the President traveled to TPI Composites, a wind energy manufacturer in Newton, Iowa, to highlight the need to invest in clean energy. His to-do list for Congress includes extending the production tax credit and an advanced energy manufacturing tax credit, both of which would support American-made clean energy manufacturing outfits like TPI.
I'm calling on Congress to extend tax credits that are set to expire at the end of the year for clean energy companies like TPI.
Before heading home, the President conducted a Twitter question and answer session right there at TPI, making him the first president to actually work within the confines of 140 characters, or less. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Perfect. All right.
I'm the master.
It's
I'm the
a
master
twoosh.
tweeter.
There's 0 characters left. That's
You know
the
what?
perfect tweet.
That's the perfect
That's the
tweet.
perfect tweet.
What's it called?
A twoosh.
A
Twitter,
twoosh.
a Twitter swoosh.
I twooshed. Good job.
You
Are you proud of
It was a record for
Yeah.
swooshes. So.
It was.
it? I'm the twoosh master.
Thank you so
All right.
much, sir.
That was great.